everyone, thank you for checking out my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today we have a very special guest. I don't know if you know this man, but this is a big deal for me. Actually, di ako nakatulog the night before. So,
hey guys!
Most of you already know I struggle a lot with social anxiety, and this is me fangirling. So you see how I am like that. So this is Mr. Carlo Ople. Sir, can you tell me a little bit lang about yourself?
Yeah. Hey guys, my name is Carlo. I wear many hats. I have a YouTube channel on sneakers, life, and tech. But apart from that, I also have a corporate life. I manage around 150 plus people for one of the biggest telcos in the Philippines. I also run 2 businesses on the side, and I'm happily married to the love of my life. So yun ang aking, in a sentence, that's who I am.
So, great guy with great achievements, very, very, very humble. So, someone I really look up to, and I
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I think a lot of my viewers as well. So, anyway, we're going to talk about yung isang topic na I feel na-request ninyo recently. So, with the yung maraming influx ng mga English language videos, medyo may na-attract tayo na specific crowd, which is people who are thinking about or trying for a position sa call center. And I guess both of us have a very unique na experience sa larangan na yan kasi we actually came from that.
Yeah, my first job, I was a call center agent for People Sport in Makati. The client was Expedia. So it was a website for booking flights and hotel services.
So, OG sila, Sir Carlo. Which was a little...
Guys, quick story. Wala pang tao sa MRT nun. Ang sarap sumakay sa MRT nun. Then before, it was still new. I think that was in mid-2000. Maybe 2005, 2006. So when the MRT was there, it was really, it was such a nice experience. Yeah, to ride. Now it's like sardines, diba? But anyway.
It's harder this time. So marami na rin kasi nag-proliferate na yung industry. So marami na openings, everything like that. So ako din, I don't know if you know that, pero may background din ako sa BPO or call center. I was with Madali Business Processing for almost 2 years. Isa din sa mga unang corporate jobs ko yun. So I was there for almost 2 years. Dapat HR, tas by some weird na nag-land ako sa customer service din. So we are just going to deal with a few parang myths or misconceptions about call centers.
Sure.
So if you are trying to be a call center agent, tapos yung mom ninyo or parents ninyo are trying to hold you back, maybe this is a good video to let them watch, no?
Yeah, and siguro to add, if you are a call center agent and if you're watching this, answer with us.
Yes.
And when you have that answer, put it in the comment section kasi we might have different experiences.
Yeah.
Diba? So for those who are interested, after watching this video, you read the comments so you can learn from those who have been longer in the call center industry as well. Kasi it might have changed. Kasi I was in the call center industry 2005, 2006. So it's been a while.
So yeah, we're just going to run through yung mga pinaka-top na Googled na mga misconceptions about call centers. Just candid lang na life experiences about it. So we're just going to say if it's a truth or a myth. Okay? So number 1, ito yung medyo masakit eh. Sabi, hindi daw edukado yung mga nasa call center.
That is a big false myth. I have a lot of batchmates. I came from the Arneo, who have done really well for themselves in the call center BPO industry. So I know a lot of highly educated, highly trained, highly skilled people who went into the call center industry and made a career for themselves. I think the difference is yung level of ambition that people have when they join the industry. Some people kasi go there just because they want to have a job. But there are people who go there who know for a fact na I want to make a name for myself, I want to have a career, I want to be promoted, I want to be a program manager, business director, I want to go all the way up. So there are people who are like that. So don't think for a second that it's an industry with people who are not educated.
Yes, I agree totally. So, dun sa akin, sa batch namin, actually mixed bag. Pero dun sa specific na company that I applied for, lahat kami college graduates, requirement nila yon. Now, there are certain call centers na hindi yung requirement, pero I don't think that's really a bad thing if you think about it. Because it's actually giving opportunities to any person na may dream. So, as long as you have...
Sorry to cut you quickly, but sometimes those who didn't graduate, as long as the work ethic is there, they outperform the graduates.
Exactly. Kasi wala sila nung angas wala sila nung pride.
Tsaka yung something to prove. Parang kayo graduate, ako hindi. amunin ko kayo. Parang
yes,
ganun,
that's right. I actually have a previous student na ang story niya was that nag-work siya sa call center to put himself through school. So again, mixed na group naman siya. So hindi naman totoo na hindi edukado. Tsaka masakit din pakinggan kasi yung sabihin na hindi ka edukado.
Oo naman. Medyo extreme naman yun. Tsaka wag dapat hindi nagsasalita ang mga tao ng ganon. Kasi alam mo yun, you should always try to be kind in life.
Yes, exactly.
Diba? Parang why would you make like assumptions and judgments like that?
Yeah.
Parang it speaks more about you than the person that you're calling who wasn't educated. To be honest, right?
I-share nyo na sa mga kapitbahay ninyong chismosa.
Seryoso yun. It speaks more about the person making the judgment than the person that they are judging na yung ganong klaseng pag-iisip. So, okay mag-isip ng ganon.
Great.
Words from Tito Carlo.
So, pareho kami na myth doon. So, number 2, sir, malalakas daw magbisyo yung mga nasa call center.
True and false.
Yeah.
Kasi, but the same can be said for any company.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
any industry. So, I've worked in multiple industries. I started in the call center industry. I joined the online gaming industry. I joined the digital companies like Friendster. I worked in advertising. I worked in a media company, TV5. I work in a telco. And I can tell you now that there are companies talaga na, alam mo yun, lahat sila ganun eh.
Yeah.
Di ba? There are people who have vices. There are people who have problems and they go to those vices to cope. But hindi the worst nakita ko sa call center eh. I've seen worse, to be honest. I've seen much worse than the call center industry. So I will not rush into judging that particular industry. So no, definitely not.
And again, when it comes to vices, the person has to decide for himself naman.
Yeah.
So maybe present siguro yung temptation, pero again, in any industry naman merong ganun. Kahit din sa speak and span ng kahit mga teachers, sometimes they smoke. So hindi naman necessarily dun lang yun. So if you're worried about your kid, siguro na magkakaroon ng bisyo sa call center, talk to your kid. Don't keep them from applying dito sa call center. Just talk to them. Maybe just say now, anak, sana wag kang bisyo. Pero it's the person's decision.
It's a question of principles.
Yeah.
So for example, the question is, do you have principles? Kasi if you have no principles, then you'll easily say yes to anything.
Yes, exactly.
But if you have principles, if you have things that you stand and believe in, the easier it is to say no.
Yeah.
Diba? So for example, if you are in a deeply committed relationship with your girlfriend, boyfriend, or wife, and somebody makes like, I don't know, either an advance or there is an opportunity for you to hook up with somebody, if you have principles, then instantly you will look the other way and run.
Yes.
Not even just say no, as in talagang run. Di ba? So I have one of my good friends. Ang ganda ng sinabi niya. His name is Jason Law. I don't know if you know him. Ang ganda ng video na ginawa niya na for him, if he travels outside Metro Manila, if there's a chance for him to do not an overnight, yung balikan, he'll take it. Just to be able to, hindi naman sinasabi niya na promiscuous siya, but at least to give that peace of mind to his family. And to really take temptation out of the table, uwi siya kagad, balikan. Diba? So principles, importante yan.
On that note, actually switch tayo to this, yung third, which is perfect na segue. Sexually promiscuous daw yung mga call center agents. Sir, ako muna, single ako when I came in. I had a boyfriend parang a few months into it, pero wala akong experience at all about that. Again, per person yan na basis. Tapos adding lang to what Sir
It's
Carlo
not an
said.
industry thing.
Ako naman for single ladies, maybe a quick advice din for you guys. I have what I call yung passenger seat rule, which is this: if you are with a married man or someone, a guy with a relationship na, huwag kayo uupo sa passenger seat. Doon kayo sa likod, sa back seat. Okay? So, akala natin parang simple thing yun, pero it's really a big deal kasi ang daming mga instances na either nasisimulan ng chismis or nagkakaroon talaga ng actual relationship because nasasanay na hinahatid sundo, ganyan, tapos nachichismis kasi, bakit yung mister mo may kasamang babae, diba? So you can tell them na, single po kasi ako, may boyfriend, may girlfriend ka, doon ako sa backseat kung okay lang sa'yo. So yun lang yun, mga little safe words like that. You have to establish that before ka pa pumasok sa...
Principles, diba? You go back to principles and values talaga. And again, it's not, don't think for a second na sexual promiscuity or temptation is just in the call center agency.
Exactly.
Diba? It's everywhere. It's in your work. It's in the people that you meet. That's why it's so important to have talaga may hawak akong pamilya.
Hindi, papaluin kayo ni Tito Carlo.
Kasi matakot kaya kailangan unboxing knife ko. So,
umayos daw kayo.
So stand for some things. And again, it's not just the call center industry. You see it in advertising, you see it in the telco world, you see it in almost any other industry. As long as there are long hours, as long as there are different kinds of people, there is a certain level of attraction that happens, and it's natural. Yun yung thing. I think people have to understand that the norm is people get attracted.
Yes.
The important thing or the battle that you have to face is to be loyal and to stand for stuff that you really believe in.
And rounding it back po sa sinabi nyo, di ba? Even the Bible says, flee from temptation.
Oh, takbo friend! Takbo!
So, yung word na flee, it's not just, say no or run. It's really yung, parang, yung life mo yung nakasalalay.
And I'd like to take this opportunity to, kasi some people who feel that they're not pretty enough, or they don't feel that they're handsome enough, or feel that they're not worthy enough, the smallest opening na magkaroon ng ganon, kahit kasal na sila o may girlfriend sila, they fall for it because they feel like, I feel so special, somebody's giving me their time of day and stuff like that. You don't look for that validation, alam mo yun, in that particular space. Kasi you're already wonderfully and beautifully made as a person. And yung binigay ng Diyos sa inyong misis mo, or girlfriend mo, o asawa mo, yan yung taong maglalabas sa sobrang pinakamagaling sa loob mo. Diba? Pinakamaganda sa'yo. So, as much as possible, guys, magpakabuti kayo.
Guys, kayo. Late na yan.
Umayos kayo.
Alright, so medyo smooth naman na tayo. Medyo chill lang ng konti. Madali daw ang trabaho sa call center.
Ay,
Is
hindi.
that a myth or...
Hindi, mahirap talaga. Pero again, sa
wala
totoo lang.
Wala namang
madaling
madali.
trabaho
Yes, exactly.
Diba? Kaya nga siya tinawag na trabaho. Diba? Magtatrabaho ka talaga. It's an act of labor. You have to exert effort.
Yes, kasi work nga
it can be hard because you have to adjust with the time. I think that's a particular challenge. But you're compensated with night differential, higher pay, different sets of opportunities. But again, any job that you will go to entails hard work.
Yes. Kasi I hear that a lot from fresh grads, sir. Sabihin nila, sa call center na lang po kasi madali daw yung trabaho. Pero actually, hindi rin siya ganun kadali. Like, sa akin, sa experience ko, isa sa pinaka-mahihirap kong naging position was that. Kasi I have social anxiety. Because I hate answering calls, which is weird na talaga nang nagtagal ako sa call center. Yung beep lang, yung toot, yung gano'n na hanggang ngayon nagkaka-nightmares ko when I hear that. So it was me pushing myself, then stepping out of my comfort zone. Kasi I needed the skills. Honestly, nakatulong sa akin yung skills na yun, na how to talk to people, how to talk to strangers, how to handle someone else's emotions. So, yung din na skills that I got from that, nadadala ko pa rin siya hanggang ngayon, speaking to you guys. So, honestly, if hindi ako rin nag-work sa call center, hindi ito mangyayari sa akin. So, lahat mahirap, pero you learn through it. Diba? As we always say dito sa team, never stop learning. Everything is a learning experience. So, when you go to yung place of work mo, thinking na, okay, this is a great opportunity for me to learn something, yung hardship becomes worth it. So, yun. Totoo. Lahat naman trabaho mahirap.
If you are looking for a job and you're just looking for an easy job, so I think that's the worst attitude that you can have. Kasi it means that you're going into it knowing that you will give less than 100%.
Yes.
So why would you want to do that? Diba? So,
Dream high, pero work hard. Okay, next po. Bagsakan daw ng walang makuhang trabaho ang call center.
I think hindi naman. But there are people who go there talaga kasi they can't find jobs anywhere else. But please take note that it is rare kasi talaga for you to find a job that you honest to goodness love and are passionate about.
100%.
That is really hard to do. I mean, kunyari bata ka, di ba yung mga sabi, I wanna be an astronaut. Pag-graduate mo ba, astronaut ka? Hindi. Yung mga bata nagsabi na, I wanna be a teacher. Some of them become a teacher, but a lot of them don't. So what's important is, regardless whatever job you take, be it a call center or whatnot, you still have that plan to be able to get where it is that you wanna go to. Diba? Or, being part of a call center will actually open your eyes so that you see what is it that you want to do ba talaga. Diba? So again, that can be said for anything, any job. Diba? Na hindi mo talaga gusto yung trabaho mo, pero nandun ka.
So you have to think kung nasan ka ngayon, is just a job or career na talaga siya. Kasi kung job lang siya, make the most out of it. Save ka ng save para fund mo sa passion projects mo or para kapag seminar ka or mag-aral ka ulit. and then move forward dun sa kung ano talaga yung gusto mong career. Pero I've known, tama rin sinabi ni Sir Carlo, I've known a lot of people, we started na pare-pareho kaming agents, tapos ngayon nasa HR na sila, training and development, some of them nasa ibang bansa na. So same lang yung finalo lang nila yung track ng call center agent. Kasi hindi ka naman matatapos sa call center agent lang kung gusto mo ng hire. So kaya lang, it entails a lot of work din.
And sorry mas maganda yung may trabaho ka kaysa batugan ka.
Exactly.
Di ba parang ako, I have more respect for people who work in the call center industry than those who just live off the money that they get from their parents or the money that they get from their spouses. Lalo yung mga lalaking batugan na umaasa sa misis nilang magtrabaho. Makita mo to?
Hindi daw healthy mag-call center.
The same can be said naman again with all other jobs. Di ba what's important is you take care of your health. Kunyari ako, tumaba ako ng bongga, hindi nung nasa call center industry ako eh. Mas relax pa nga yung trabaho ko nung tumaba ako eh. So, it really depends on how you take care of yourself. If you have a workout routine, depends on the food that you eat. So, it's not because of the job. It's because of how you treat your body.
And I guess, yung each person kasi different sila. Like ako, I have a twin sister, nasa BPO company siya, hanggang ngayon nasa BPO siya sa accounting. So, ang hours niya late pa rin. Kaya na kasi night owl siya ever since. Ako early bird ako eh. So, hindi nag-work out for me, I feel. So, I kind of agree with yung hindi healthy yung night na work kung hindi ka makakapag-adjust. Like, may mga tao talagang physically hindi nila kaya na
mag-adjust sa gabi.
Adjust ng hours. So, kung ganun ka talaga, as hindi ka nakakatulog sa umaga, you may want to consider yung iba na lang. Or may day, may mga day naman din na call center jobs. So,
pero importante yung number of hours that you sleep.
Yes.
And kung malalim ba yung tulog mo. So, for example, I know people naman who grabe mag-OT for a normal day job. Tapos yung tulog lang nila 3 to 4 hours a day.
Yeah, with
that's
traffic
worse.
and everything.
That's worse. And I'm not talking about the call center industry. I'm talking about another industry na regular hours pero grabe yung OT time and talagang kung matulog sila, sobrang konti na lang. So, importante yung the number of hours that you sleep plus the exercise and the food that you eat.
So, I had someone who worked with me then before na triathlete talaga siya. So, as in built talaga siya and everything. Kaya na kasi dinededicate niya talaga yung hours niya before shift na mag-workout.
Mag-train, oo.
So again, nasa person din yan. Next po, nakakahiya daw maging call center agent.
I think there is a general stigma. But it should be wiped out.
Yeah.
If you ask me. The stigma should be wiped out. Because any job is an honorable job. And again, like what I mentioned earlier, yung career path that you can get, part of being a call center is it will really open up so many opportunities for you. It can be a stepping stone or you can stay there and grow there. Kaya ako sobrang proud ako pag tinatanong ako, what's your first job? Kasi I want to honor then where I came from. Now that's where I started. People always ask me, Carlo, how do you speak so good English? A big part of it was working in a call center for several months. Add to that, reading a lot of books and constantly practicing speaking English. That's how I'm able to speak the way that I speak today. It's not because it came out of nowhere, right? And again, you learn so many things. You learn how to read people. You learn how to communicate better. You learn how to pacify angry people. All of which are critical life skills. If you're on outbound, you're taught how to sell.
True.
You're taught how to be able to turn situations into your favor. You're given classes on how to leverage. Diba? How to be able to leverage so that you can negotiate in your terms. So, I think there is a wealth of learning and experience in the call center industry. And let's say you're not sure na the call center or BPO industry is for you, you lose nothing by trying. Diba? And you pick up a lot of life skills that you will eventually use. Be it you ending up in a telco or an advertising industry or wherever it is that you go, those are skills that will follow you wherever you are.
Actually, sir, kaya I really wanted to do this collab with you was because of that. Kasi I watched a lot of your videos nga. Tapos you keep mentioning na I used to work for a call center before.
Tsaka proud ako doon. Alam niyo din ba't ako proud? Kasi naalala ko pa nung sinabi ko sa mga family members ko, I come from a political family. So, syempre, the expectations were, go to law, you'll go to ganyan. Tapos nalaman nilang I've been the call center industry. Tapos nagtatanong sila ano yun. So, magsagot ka lang ng telepono, ganyan-ganyan. Grabe naman kayo maka-judge. Di ba? Pero may mga tito naman ako na walang trabaho.
Mas gusto niyo ba yung ganun tambay?
Di ba?
Professional tambay.
So parang ako talaga, I will make it work. I will learn what I can and I will grow from it. So yun yung sinabi ko sa sarili ko. Parang I honor that I came from there because I have a lot of skills today that came from there.
Same. Nung before ako gumraduate, sobrang babad ako dun sa stigma nga na yan. Kasi sa neighborhood namin, kasi SSS employees ng parents ko, sa SSS housing kami. Tapos yung mga anak ng mga tiga-SSS, most of them, parang nagpa-funnel sila papunta sa call centers nung time na yun. Kasi nga yung industry nagbo-boom siya nung time na yun. Tapos parang lahat ng mga elders, sabihin natin sa society, sabihin nila, ay call center din yung anak ni ganyan, na parang negative siya. So nung ako yung nag-call center, may feeling din ako na baka i-judge nila ako kasi people were saying parang sayang yung pinag-aralan mo, ganyan, ganun din, same thing. So may onting hiya. Pero ngayon hindi na din. Kasi nga, again, very grateful din ako kasi nga, kung hindi ako nag-call center, hindi ako ma-force to speak to strangers, which I do on a daily basis now. Tapos yun nga, parang ma-continue yung thoughts mo. And one skill I feel, sir, na hindi binavalue ng mga people, which is yung listening.
Yes.
Which is what you don't learn in school. Kasi di ba, we're there to learn, but actually you're there to chika to your friends. Pero yung listening, active listening, like knowing what a person needs, you learn that by experience talaga sa call center. Kasi,
and that's the best way to sell. That's
yes,
what people
exactly.
don't know. How do you sell something? You ask questions.
Yes. And your entire life, you'll be selling things. Hindi mo lang alam. Like, kahit nasa job ka, you're selling yourself. You're selling your skills to other people. So yung sales, hindi lang siya pang sales people. So
Amen.
You do that every day. You just don't know it kasi hindi mo na ma-maximize yun. Like this, what we do here is, in a way, selling kasi you're spending your time watching us. So, ibig sabihin, we're selling the fact na may value yung sinasabi namin, which I feel naman is meron. Kasi puno-puno naman ng wisdom itong episode na to.
Na mukhang aabot ng 30 minutes.
So, last naman na, sir. So, segue na rin natin. Madali lang daw bang makapasok sa call center?
It depends, context again. Did you graduate? Can you speak good English? If not, are you willing to learn to speak English? Kasi it's very different for different people. So, ako, siguro dahil because of where I studied and my training, it was relatively easy for me to get in. But it was, alam mo yun, I'm sure it's hard for a lot of other people. So, let's not, alam mo yun, say that it's the easiest or it's the hardest. Any job is hard. So, and you should always be thankful if you're able to be given the opportunity to work.
Exactly. And language skills kasi I feel, kailangan naman siya sa lahat ng industries. Kaya lang siguro yung level lang ng aptitude maybe na nire-require sa call centers, yun yung different. But again, whether yung course mo ay comm or English or accounting or anything, don't use that as an excuse para hindi mo ma-develop yung language skills mo. Kasi you will need that sa totoong mundo, again, on a daily basis. So, if hindi, ano ba, may smart shaming pa rin kasi if people, di ba, always say, ay, call center yan, maarte mag-English or mayaman konyo, ganyan-ganyan. We say things na parang negative yung maging magaling sa English. Actually, sir, may video ako na paano gumaling sa English. So, sa lahat, may mga nagagalit na parang hindi naman kailangan gumaling sa English para maging successful, ganyan-ganyan. Which, again, valid naman. Pero I feel if you don't excel in that, you're keeping a lot of doors closed for you. Kasi paano ka makakakuha ng international clients kung hindi ka marunong mag-email or mag-speak in English? So, again, maganda na...
It depends on the path that you want to take.
Yeah.
So, for example, on YouTube, I get a lot of flack because I always speak in English. I don't speak in Tagalog. I rarely speak in Tagalog. Pero magaling ako mag-Tagalog. Parang inisip nila, hindi ako marunong mag-Tagalog. Pero allow me to explain why. So, the CPMs, that's how much YouTube pays a YouTuber.
This is why hindi ako mayaman sa YouTube.
It's depending on where the views are coming from. If somebody watches you from the US, Canada, or Australia, the CPM is roughly around $6-7. If you watch here in the Philippines, it's around $1 to $1.50. So, if I build an audience of mostly people watching from other countries, I will make 5 times more.
Yes.
Then I will make, or maybe 6-7 times more, and then somebody watching from the Philippines.
Yes. Which is actually hindi lang 6 times richer sa akin ni Sir Carlo. Kasi ako 98% of my audience are Filipinos kasi nga para sa Filipino yung ginagawa kong educational content. But again, di ba, kanya-kanya kasing market,
Kasi
kanya-kanya streams
it
yan.
heavily depends talaga on what your strategy is for your work, for your life, and for what you want to do. Yeah, true, you don't need to learn good English if you want to be successful in life, but that's for you. But there are people who will take a look at English and take a look at it and say, how can I use this to my advantage?
Exactly.
And you shouldn't knock people down if they want to do that. Diba?
Yeah. Kasi I guess sa panahon ngayon, anything that you're passionate about, if you're willing to work extra hard for that, you can easily turn that into money.
Yeah.
Basta nasa level ka na excellence. I mean, kung magaling ka mag-yo-yo, pero ikaw ang pinakamagaling mag-yo-yo sa buong mundo, di ba? Pagkakakitaan mo pa rin siya. Pero ang tanong lang talaga is, do you really love it that way? Na kaya mo mag-practice 12 hours, 16 hours a day doing that one thing. So, I guess yun yung question that we will leave with you guys.
Exactly.
I guess that's it for now. So let's all thank Sir Carlo for his
Thanks
time.
for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
And don't forget to check out his channel. Kasi aside from lifestyle vlogs, sneaker vlogs, which I love, he has yung segment niya na Power of Word of the Day, which I feel is really good for you guys. Lahat na din mga nagre-request ng Sunday motivation video na hindi ko pa napagbigyan.
Sunday motivation video?
Yeah, may series po akong ganun kasi sir, hindi ko na nagagawa kasi wala na akong time masyado. So if you want a quick pick-me-up, you can go and visit his channel. The links will be below.
Thank you for having me. Boom.
Alright, so thanks guys. As you always say dito sa team, never stop learning. Adja, kaya niyan. I'll see you in my next video and bye.
Yeah. Talaga ko chili.